Hi guys, with moving back to Windows on a couple of my machines lately, I'm going down the route of looking at a couple of other distros, I'm not used to Linux, an operating system, mainly on the debloat side of things over on Windows. So today I'm going to be looking at something called TinyWin11. And don't know much about it, as I haven't really been keeping up with Microsoft information lately or anything to do with Microsoft installs. So I'm going in this blind. So let's see what happens. So here we are. I'll initially start doing this. I've made a Tiny Windows 11 USB flash drive. Now I made this via Rufus, so it can be a bootable USB, but since I'm on Windows 10 already, I'm just going to basically pop it in and go through the upgrade steps instead of doing a fresh install, as this machine has a valid key and should carry across, so that's what I'm hoping. So we'll see what happens. Popping it in, I also immediately get the pop-up to state that the flash ROM is already in and mounted. That's Linux talk again. I'm just going to double click on the setup process. Now you need to allow this to make changes to your machine. So yes. Now close that one off, and close that one off, and just wait for it to pop up. So hopefully it will do. Now this took its time to load up. I don't know if it's because of the drive or because of the machine itself, because it's running an older USB 2 port. So I'm suspecting it's going to be that. It could even be a 1.2 port. It's an old case, so literally on the first screen you get your language settings, in currency and time. Now I'm wanting English. It's got to be English UK, English US on this one for some bizarre reason. This might be a problem. No, it's not. English UK. Oh God, I'm going to find it now. There we go. English UK on that. So why is that? Maybe because I've already installed it on a US and that's why things won't work. So anyway, keyboard input method again, yes, United Kingdom. So that's fine for me, but just change it for your regional settings. And then just got to let it wait and decide what it's doing. Usual license term stuff from Microsoft, so I know what it says. Load twaffle means they own the machine basically. Only joking. Right, now we've got to work out which partition you're going to be doing it. Which for this one it's going to be primary. It's only a small SSD on this one. It's just basically this machine's my test PC to check different operating systems out on. And now it's saying it's installing, and I'll get back to you once it has gone past this screen. A quick ad whilst I'm waiting for it to install is, if you noticed slightly before, I am offline doing this. This is a good thing with Rufus. You can create or bypass the having to create an online account with Microsoft every time you do something. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know that. Now what I've noticed with any Windows install is that it turns off, turns back on, turns off, turns back on several times. It does warn you this on Windows installs, but if you've never done one before, it's worth noting that things will briefly turn off and on a couple of times during the install phase. I need to further add that this is not specifically a supported version of Windows. as it bypasses the need for the 4+ gigabytes of RAM and the TPM2 chip and other things if you're doing it via Rufus, but natively it bypasses the TPM2 chip and secure boot options straight away. So this is perfect for older machines. Now, whether or not later on Microsoft are going to stop these exploits is unknown. But where things are at the moment, I think they're just glad that people are going to be using Windows rather than moving to Linux or Apple. And here we have it, the initial install has been done, and now it's just going to go through setting up a local account. Like I said before, this Rufus tool that I used, I don't know if it's on the actual ISO on the tiny Windows 11 or on this Rufus. But both, I did it on both of them to just create a local account instead of having to have a online account. So I'm just going to go through that now. Yes, this is correct for me because it's the United Kingdom, but wherever you are, select your right region. That goes along with your keyboard as well. So hopefully I can find English keyboard, United Kingdom, there we go. Now, if you want a second keyboard layout, add the layout. If not, just skip it like I normally do. Now, I'm going to click, I don't have internet for now, because I'm not going online with this just yet. I will probably do a video tomorrow on updating tiny Windows 11, see how far the updates go, if I have any problems updating. So that's another one for tomorrow. I don't think we have time this evening to finish this one off, so click next. Now I'm just going to enter my name. And for some reason my keyboard's not working, so bear with me a second. Okay, now got my keyboard working. It had unplugged whilst I was messing about getting the video capture working on this machine, so I'm just going to type my name. Nope, why has it done that? Oh, I think I just pressed enter. I don't think it's actually giving anything. I haven't given my PC a name this time. That's what you get for messing stuff around and not being prepared. If you want to create a password, you can. I don't usually bother, so I'm just going to press enter again. I don't think you could get through a Windows install without putting your name on it, but all this rubbish, you set up your own location based stuff. I don't need location based experiences. Oh, actually yes I do. Location based experiences, yes, I want to keep that one. I don't need the Find My Device because it's not really going anywhere apart from where I live. Only send the required data. It saves a lot of slowdown. If you add the optional data, it just gives Microsoft the right to actually just spy on you that little bit more, or even for AI purposes. I don't need to improve ink and typing. No, I don't want personalised offers either. And again, I've got to wait a little time while it sets up drivers and all that good stuff. So once this is through, I'll get back to you again. Oh, a quick reminder, don't turn your computer off at this point. It can actually knacker the install up completely. Right, now I'm installed. With my messing about stopping and starting and doing my recording, it's taken around 15-20 minutes to install on this machine, but it is an old machine, so that's about average. As you can see, when this first pops up, it is very debloated. There's very little on the machine. Like there's the settings, your file explorer, and get started. Let's have a look on the. Yeah, that's literally it. Instead of it being loads and loads of stuff, so I'm going to try and connect it to a network in a second, and I can find my Wi-Fi credentials, and see if it actually remembers. It might actually ask me to install the drivers for this Wi-Fi. Oh no, it's found it. So open, because it's a slightly different one. So I've just got to set up my network, and then I'll see if I've still got my files and folders actually. Anything that I've done with it, but it was pretty clean install from the beginning anyway. So I was going to check. Yes, it's still got my AMD drivers all inbuilt. Now do I have to, so I'm going to go have a quick run through this. It looks like it is worked. It seems relatively fast. It's pretty snappy. I'll see if I can get on the internet. I'll do that now actually, you know. I've just got to install the drivers on it, which is a quick and easy job. Again, it's same as Windows 10. It asks you for confirmation that you want to install something. And it's finished the installation. And it's connect to my Wi-Fi. I may have to available, yep. And that's mine. It's an open network. And it's connected up straight away. Okay. So actually quite impressed. Initial thoughts anyway. Like I say, I'm going to have a fiddle through. If there's anything major, I will add it on to the end of this video. Like I say, I'm going to check on updates at a later date, because I've got a bit of things, some other things to get done before this, before tonight. So I don't know if I'm going to have time to actually do any installation of extra updates and maybe extra drivers on the Windows side, but I'll let you know anyway. I'm waffling on again, which I do apologise for, and I'll either conclude this video or I will give an update on what things is going on by. Well guys, that was the install of Tiny11. Seems to be working fine. I've gone through a couple of things. There's nothing major different to standard Windows 11, bar from there's none of the bloat. You have to get your own browser, I believe. Yep, you've got to find your own browser, which you download from another machine, or I'd say if you haven't got another machine, download it literally before and put it on a USB stick before you actually do this. Because I haven't actually looked to see if you can actually get browsers automatically. But I would have thought if you go to the Microsoft Store, you can pick them up that way as well. If you haven't got, oh no, that makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, no, just basically just go to Microsoft Store, pick your browsers, pick out what actual programs you are wanting, because there's literally bare bones on this. Hence why the name is Tiny Windows 11. But yeah, I will do another video, possibly come out tomorrow once I've done all the updates. If it lets me do updates, how far up the updates are going to go. But initially it looks okay. Another quick thing that I've just found out is literally it was a fresh install. So if I'd known that, I would have said from the start, back up all your data that you need on your machine, like your documents, anything like that. So make sure you have at least two flash drives, one for all your data or even an external hard drive, and one for the actual creation tool of making Tiny 11. That's a little bit unfortunate. I would have liked it to have just upgraded rather than actually wipe and start from scratch. Even though it has kept my original Windows 10 key, it seems to have wiped everything else off. So I don't know if that's on my part, I've done something wrong, or literally that's how it actually does it. But like I say, beggars can't be choosers sometimes when you've got old hardware.